Even if the doctor and his staff kept mum about the lady mystery writer who had been beaten, raped, and robbed on her way home from a public appearance, what about the other patients who might see her in the waiting room? To some of them she wouldn't be just another woman with a bruised face that practically screamed beating. She would be Stoke Village's resident novelist, you know the one. They made a TV movie about her old lady detectives a year or two ago. It was on Lifetime Channel, and my God, you should have seen her. Her nose wasn't broken, after all. It was hard to believe anything could hurt that badly and not be broken, but it wasn't. Swollen, of course, poor thing, and it hurt, but she could breathe through it and she had some Vicodin upstairs that would manage the pain tonight. But she had a couple of blooming shiners, a bruised and swollen cheek, and a ring of bruises around her throat. That was the worst, the sort of necklace people got in only one way. There were also assorted bumps, bruises, and scratches on her back, legs, and tushy. But clothes and hose would hide the worst of those. Great. I'm a poet and I don't know it. The throat. I could wear a turtleneck. Absolutely. October was turtleneck weather. As for Patsy, she could say she'd fallen downstairs and hit her face in the night. Say that. That I thought I heard a noise and Fritzy got between my feet when I went downstairs to check. Fritzy heard his name and meowed from the bathroom door. Say I hit my stupid face on the newel post at the bottom. I could even put a little mark on the post, of course she could. Possibly with the meat tenderizing hammer she had in one of her kitchen drawers. Nothing gaudy, just a tap or two to chip the paint. Such a story wouldn't fool a doctor, or a sharp old lady detective like Doreen Marquis, doyen of the Knitting Society, but it would fool sweet Patsy MCC, whose husband had surely never raised a hand to her a single time in the 20 years they'd been together. It's not that I have anything to be ashamed about, she whispered at the woman in the mirror. The new woman with the crooked nose and the puffy lips. It's not that. True, but public exposure would make her ashamed. She would be naked. A naked victim. But what about the women, Tessa Jean? The women in the pipe? She would have to think about them, but not tonight. Tonight she was tired, in pain, and harrowed to the bottom of her soul. Deep inside her, in her harrowed soul, she felt a glowing ember of fury at the man responsible for this. The man who had put her in this position. She looked at the pistol lying beside the basin, and knew that if he were here, she would use it on him without a moment's hesitation. Knowing that made her feel confused about herself. It also made her feel a little stronger. 18. She chipped at the newel post with the meat tenderizing hammer, by then so tired she felt like a dream in some other woman's head. She examined the mark, decided it looked too deliberate, and gave several more light taps around the edges of the blow. When she thought it looked like something she might have done with the side of her face, where the worst bruise was, she went slowly up the stairs and down the hall, holding her gun in one hand. For a moment she hesitated outside her bedroom door, which was standing ajar. What if he was in there? If he had her purse, he had her address. The burglar alarm had not been set until she got back, so sloppy. He could have parked his old F-150 around the corner. He could have forced the kitchen door lock. It probably wouldn't have taken much more than a chisel. If he was here, I'd smell him. That man's wet. And I'd shoot him. No. Lie down on the floor, no. Keep your hands up while I dial 911, no horror movie bullshit. I'd just shoot him. But you know what I'd say first? You like it, it likes you, she said in her low rasp of a voice. Yes. That was it exactly.